while, anyway.
Why?
I'd just like it to be, that's all.
Little ladies like to have their little secrets, don't they? Now, what's going on in that pretty little head of yours, eh?
Oh, nothing.
Eh? Little brown eyes puzzle-headed?
Well, you talk like our engagement's all fixed. And it can't be, can it? I mean, we're not the same class. I'm not educated. I'd let you down.
Oh, of course you wouldn't.
I would, though. I'm not a lady, and that's all there is to it.
Silly little puss.
I mean, imagine me being introduced to your family. And there's my family, too. They're only poor, you know. You might not like them.
Well, I don't have to meet them.
You would if we were married.
Anyway, we love each other, and that's what matters.
But Ernest...
I love it when you say Ernest.
What I'm saying is, we ought to think about it.
Do you know what's going to happen in a moment?
What?
I'm going to give you a big kiss, if you're not careful. Or else a good spanking. I don't know which. Eh? Eh?
Ella's got a bit of news. She started seeing a gentleman.
Oh. Met him in the pub, did you?
Yes. He pops in from time to time.
Oh.
Lives in Chiswick. Army people.
What's his name?
Eccles.
Eccles?
Yes. Ernest Eccles.
Ernest Eccles? Oh. I've got a bit of news too.
Have you?
You might be going on your travels, my dear.
Travels?
Yes, to India. I happened to bump into Mrs. Beckinsale. I was her housekeeper, 20 years ago now. And she'd recently met Mrs. Sanderson Chantry, who's off to India with her husband and 2 little children, and wants a really reliable girl to look after them. Well, I naturally thought of my little niece. And the long and the short of it is, Mrs. Sanderson Chantry is most anxious to meet you. And as I read it, it's as good as in the bag. 30 shillings a week, my dear. And you'd be off in 6 weeks.
So you think there's a chance?
Of course. If you write the right sort of letter. I wouldn't dwell on the fact that you're a barmaid, dear. Give the impression it's more of a hotel than a pub. And don't forget to wear that nice new coat and hat of yours.
You're having second thoughts, aren't you?
No. Why, are you?
No. No. It's not a question of me, it's other people.
Your sister-in-law.
There's been a fine old howdy-do.
Oh, yes.
They don't think it'd be a suitable match.
Perhaps they're right. What would you think if one of your relations went and married a barmaid?
I wouldn't think anything.
Oh, yes, you would. You'd think she was after your money.
But you're not, though.
How can you be so sure?
Because I understand you. I know every little fault that's going on in that dear little head of yours. I thought we might fix up a meeting sometime.
With your sister-in-law?
I'm sure she'd like you. And if you were to wear that smart hat and coat of yours...
I thought we were keeping it secret.
But if we were to be married...
So when do you think that'll be?
Oh, 2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months?
Or even before that, if we can get things in order. You see, that's why I wanted to talk about it. I'd like to get the ring next week. And then you'll really be mine. And I won't ever let you go.
Won't you?
You got the message, then? Your mother's been up 2 nights without a wink.
How is he?
Not too good. He was taken ill a few nights ago. Terrible pain he's been in.
What did the doctor say?
Well... But miracles can happen, believe me. And we're looking after him ever so well, I promise.
Hello, Mum. Look ever so tired.
She's a saint.
You've been very good. Thank you.
I'll leave you to it. Pop back later, see how you are.
What did the doctor say?
He
Might last a week, a fortnight, maybe. There's not much hope. I've been through his papers.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have a little something coming, Ella. He's got quite a lot put by.
Has he?
About £500.
Not much.
Of course, he could get better.
Well, let's hope he does.
Why use expletives when ordinary decent words will do? The fellow I read about, instead of saying damn and blast, used to say mice and mumps. Now, I think that's a really good idea, don't you?
Yes.
Mice and mumps. Got it off his chest, hadn't said anything he regretted. My giddy forefathers is enough for me.
Is he?
But all these B's, they get on my nerves. Can't stand B's, can you?
No.
D's are bad enough, but B's. And then all this dragging in of the deity. Not that I'm a religious man. Although I think there's something there, don't you? Something which looks on and guides us, don't you think?
Maybe.
I suppose, in fact, I am a religious man, really. I certainly believe in the power of prayer. Don't you?
I don't really know.
Oh, but you must, you must. It's so easy once you've started to get in touch with the spirit upon the waters.
Is it?
I can see I'll have to take charge of your spiritual as well as your bodily welfare. Although I suspect the little ladies are more worried about high heels in heaven, eh?
Something for you, Ella.
Oh, thank you.
Five Ampry Gardens, NW3. Mrs. Sanderson Chantry thanks Miss Dawson for her letter and would be obliged if she would call to talk the matter over between 2 and 3:15 on Friday afternoon. E. Sanderson Chantry. A punker. Yes, it's a fan. A piece of material on a pole.
Electric, is it?
Oh, good heavens, no. It's worked by a man on the veranda. He lies out there with the string attached to his big toe and slowly wiggles it.
I see.
Oh, you'd get the hang of things soon enough. Now, is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
No, madam. Everything seems quite clear.
Buster, quiet! Your aunt was right. It would seem that you're suited to the post. But there is a little snag which I feel I ought to mention. There was another girl whom I interviewed some weeks ago who was, well, to be frank, perfect. The problem is, she hasn't yet been able to decide whether or not to accept the post. So at this very moment... Oh, Buster, do shut up! It's rather impossible for me to make you an offer.
Do you know when you might be knowing, madam?
A few days at the very most.
Then perhaps you could let me know, madam, when you hear.
Of course I will. Oh, Buster, you are naughty! Personally, I doubt that she'll accept, but then... I'm so glad to have met you.
Likewise, madam.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Are you the famous Ella?
That's right.
I thought so. You and I have a mutual friend, I think.
I don't think so.
Oh, yes, we have. And I must say, old Eccles has very good taste. Oh, she blushes very nicely too, doesn't she?
You must be making some mistake.
No mistake, believe me. He told me all about you. Oh, what a little spitfire too.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
I see your friends at the pictures this week.
Who's that then?
Richard Dix.
Oh, him.
I thought you might like to go and see him tomorrow.
Can't afford it.
I'll take you. You are free, aren't you?
Mr. E. Eccles. 12 Mountford Street, Chiswick. Don't meet today. Afraid engaged. Ella.
Are the stars out tonight? I don't know if it's cloudy or bright, but I only have eyes for you.
Shouldn't be spending your money on me.
You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yes, it was lovely. But what you need is a wife to look after you. You may be losing me before long.
How do you mean?